Welcome to uh, welcome to Underdrawing Club. We are going to draw arms today. Surprise. So to warm up, let's do a 2-minute scribble session. Ready and go. I am not going to scribble. I need to hunt down an image real quick. Bye. But yeah, just keep scribbling, get your arm warmed up. Do nice big looping stuff. Don't do scratchies. No one likes scratchies. All right, here we go. This is the guy I want. Found him. I guess chickens like scratching. And you know what? It can't be that bad to be a chicken. Where's the other guy that I want? He's here. All right. Here's the guy. All right. we've got our guys. We're ready to go. You got like 45 seconds to scribble. Make sure you stretch a little bit too, like do warm-up stretches. Just make sure your pens are working and you've got everything ready. Uh, and a lot of this is about like kind of making stuff up as you go along too. So it's okay if you're not like perfectly ready. Just kind of that is not the right. See, so I'm calibrating everything. This is what I want to do. All right, I scribble, warm it up. See, I'm good. Okay, 2 seconds. Okay, time's up. Okay, so we have been kind of just doing review. So let's just review the entire human skeleton. There are important guys that we use a lot. The important guys that we use are the pelvis right here. This is really important. We have our spine, super important. We have a little rib cage right here. We have our Dorito clavicle, no, Dorito, whatever those are, the Doritos, the scapulas. And then importantly, we have these clavicles, which we're going to review a little bit today. Before moving on to like arm structure, just kind of do arm overall review because quite have enough time to I didn't quite have enough time to really structure the study today based on where we left off last year. Um, so anyway, let's just draw this skeleton for 2 minutes. Try to remember the bony landmarks that I just went over in the torso. But try and get as much of this done in 2 minutes as you can. So, ready, go. Oh, I'm still in thick mode. We do not want thick mode. We want thin mode. I like really thin lines because it forces me to kind of value each line more. But a lot of people uh do a more sculptural approach with their sketches and they use really thick lines and it works really well for them. So it's not like it's just kind of personal preference. But yeah, I'm gonna move this guy, keep bonking the leggies. Yeah, my proportions are kind of weird. Just redraw it over here. So one of the tenets of Underdrawing Club is that you just kind of like, if you mess up, you just keep drawing, you don't erase anything. So I'm demonstrating that right now because I am frazzled. I got caught off guard with stuff, but that's okay. We're here to relax and have fun and draw. All right, time's up. Uh, Perhaps it was up earlier. I just didn't hear it. It's not, playing a sound anymore, which is great. I really love that. um, Here is kind of all the muscles on that bony skeleton. So on this drawing, I will let you see the skeleton that you were just working on, but you're trying to achieve this muscle. So try drawing a skeleton first and then drawing all the muscles that you can on top. I'll give you 3 minutes to do this since we are doing kind of a slower session today. So go ahead. Um, 3 minutes. All right. So I'm gonna attempt this myself. Always good to just, review the whole body. And if you start drawing in ways that feel good to draw that aren't necessarily like correct, that's kind of the point. So no one's grading you. Try to like be really observant of everything that you're drawing. Um, but don't stress out about it. Kind of we're cartoonists, so yeah, as you can see, I am running out of time. But that's okay because I am just kind of getting too bogged down in details. Need to draw these nice muscles, these arms, getting faster, just kind of like scribbling it all out, making kind of warming up. More drawing later today because I draw every day. I don't think there's a day that I go without drawing something. All right. That's kind of where I'm at today, a little frazzled, but I got it done. I'm just gonna bonk him up a little bit because like I am not my proportions game is off, which is ironic if you've kind of hung out with me before. I hate when drawing goes into proportions too early, but I could stand to practice them. All right, time's up. Hey, it actually sounded off. That's pretty cool. Score one for me. Okay, so we've kind of reviewed the whole body. Let's zoom in on this guy's pecs. Um, for the reason of drawing them, of course. We'll just study this structure for 2 minutes. Just kind of try and notice what you see, especially around where the arms connect to the body. So we're just going to do this for 2 minutes. I like to remind myself that there is a rib cage in there and then a sternum. And then these clavicles are really interesting. We're going to kind of review them. Now, they don't go straight across, and I will show you how with the next like diagram. I think you've got about 45 seconds left. If you need this to be a little bit bigger, I have finished mine, so I'll chunk him out for you. There you go. Look at this guy. All right, almost done. Hope you got all your study done. Okay, time's up. So let's deconstruct this into the bone structure. Okay, so we're just really going to look at the clavicles today because when you're looking at someone from the front, the clavicles are really important in understanding how the arm kind of chunks into the body. All right, so we're just going to draw this for 2 minutes. Ready, go. And if you want, you can draw what you remember of the muscles over your bones too. If you don't remember, give it a try anyway. Like you can't really begin to remember without failing at remembering a few times, if that makes any sense. If you just kind of like, you know, see what you remember. It's like it's just a way of gauging what you know, what you've seen, how much you're retaining. But yeah, really pay attention to these pink bones, the clavicles. They are not straight across. They actually go back a little bit. They're like a collar, a Cupid's bow. It's kind of the shape that made sense to me. It's not a flat shape. It has dimension, even though it's very simple. And it has a weird shape. So it's not like, it's not mechanical, it's organic. It has a bump in it. All right. So here's our next image. We have chopped Tyler's head off and we are looking at him from above. Okay, so this is like, you can see the chest here. This is just a view from above, and then we'll deconstruct that next. Ready and go. See if you can figure out where the clavicle is based on this viewpoint. Okay, got like a minute left. It's a little bit simpler than like the whole body. But if you are still kind of like struggling with getting the whole thing done, um, so it will feel kind of bad, but just draw faster. Draw faster, put lines down. Don't do this scritchy thing. No, big long lines. Just get it down, jot it down like you're writing a note. Got about 30 seconds to finish studying this guy with just his little vertebra poking out. But yeah, just try to pay attention. Where are the clavicles? Where are they? Give a big guess and then draw where you think they are. It may surprise you. Okay, time's up. Okay, so here is where the clavicles are. Just kind of like notice where they are. Notice their shape. They're round, they're bendy. Who knew that these very simple bones had so much depth to them? So we're just going to draw this guy for 2 minutes and go. Just, yeah. Try to simplify all the bones. You don't need to draw every single bone. But if you have time, you can put more detail in, but you have to get the whole thing done first. But yeah, notice how the back has kind of a this like kind of dip in it. Yeah, so as you can see, mine's just kind of a scribbled mess. I can tell what I drew. That's the only important thing. So 45 seconds. Okay, 10 seconds. And blink at you. We are done. All right. So stretch break for 2 minutes. Just take a couple of minutes to like stretch your arms and make sure you're not stressing out. I know that someone saying, "Hey, don't stress out" is like the worst thing to say to get someone to not stress out, but don't stress out. Just be aware that this is a physical activity. Unshrimp your back. Make sure you roll it up, make it kind of like more firmly straight. Don't hunch over like a gargoyle. Get your arms nice and stretched. Jump around if you need to. Because your legs need a little bit of exercise too. Be sure to eat some Girl Scout cookies, if you've got them. And if you don't have them, I probably know why. Girl Scout cookies do not last long in my house. Got about 30 seconds. All right, time's up. Okay, so I hope we all noticed stuff about the clavicle here. Because it's kind of an important information for how the arm attaches to the body. And this is just sort of a quick tip. It's the distal end of the clavicle. It forms a little tiny bump on the shoulder, and it kind of marks where the trapezius muscle meets I think the deltoid. So the acromion is a bit of the scapula that's on the back. Um, so if we want to draw this, we might as well just draw this. Ready and go. So yeah, just study these and come up with a way to draw it so that you kind of remember. So yeah, the head of the humerus and the acromion and the distal end of the clavicle. There's a little bump. You can actually like find it and touch it on your own body. It's one of those bony landmarks that you can actually like feel. So if that helps you kind of remember this. And it's okay if you just sort of think you'll remember it and then completely forget it later. This is the kind of thing that like becomes more routine as you encounter it over and over. So it's like just once is kind of, novelty, but you will see it over and over if you continue to study like skeletons and stuff like that. 30 seconds. All right, time's up. Okay, so now that we are looking at just arms and how they're attached, I'm gonna go over the bones of the arm as kind of a general view, and then we will be drawing muscles over them, but not really going over the muscle names. So we've got so we've got like a bunch of different bones. We have one, two, three, four, five, six kind of bony groups that we're going to be breaking this down into. So pink is our clavicle friend. Orange is our Dorito, the scapula. Yellow is our humerus, which is actually not the bone that hurts when you bonk your elbow. So it's actually not your funny bone, which is very humorous. We've got our radius and ulna. Oh, I always get these two mixed up. I'm gonna take a wild guess. I'm pretty sure that the radius is this one, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to check it. The ulna is the thing behind here. And we just have like miscellaneous hand bones that we're not gonna worry about, but it's just hand bones. Um, so I will type these into the chat. Scapula, ulna, radius, and all right, there we go. So we are just going to study this for 2 minutes. There you go. Oops. Layer. Okay, so just, kind of study these and see what they look like. We'll draw the muscles over them in our next exercise. So if you want, you can actually draw the muscles over the bones that you draw here. That seems kind of fun. Let's do that. And if you need to redraw kind of your structure, that's okay too. It's all about drawing and redrawing. Just kind of like becoming familiar with maybe not getting it right the first time, but not feeling like defeated by it, Like it's just sort of like something might not look good until you work at it for a little bit longer. But all that matters is that you keep the pencil moving. So yeah, in the next diagram, it will be revealed whether I got the radius and ulna labeled correctly. If I did not, please don't please don't commit it to memory. I've actually been studying arm drawings on my own a little bit, and I should know better by now, but I don't. Now I get to pass off my ignorance to you all. All right, time's up. Okay, so let's see if I got this right. Okay, the ulna was number 4. Radius is number 5. I don't even know if I got that right. Did I? Okay. Ulna's number 4. Radius is number 5. I got it right. Okay. So I did know better. I just had no faith in myself. Okay. Well, here's all the muscles on that arm. If you want to draw these muscles over the bones that you've already drawn, go right ahead. Um you can see the clavicle right here. It's pink. And you can see a little bit of the scapula back here. It's orange. The other bones get kind of clobbered up by muscles, which is kind of cool actually because the other bones are a lot simpler, so this makes more sense. So I'm going to draw over my bones. Ready, go. Draw muscles over this. Here we go. And I have some time left, so I'm going to try and plot out the other part of this guy because it's fun to try and mimic, practice your symmetry, even though I'm not quite drawing him the way that is ideal for actually getting all the proportions right and stuff. I just kind of have to fix it later. I'm gonna draw the rest of this fella. I don't really know anything about legs yet, so he gets big chonker legs that don't make any sense. You got about 18 seconds to figure out the fate of your drawing. Because once the timer stops, you can't continue drawing. You have to keep going. But you can always redraw it later. We just want to stop people from being too precious. Because being precious makes your art worse. Okay, so now we've got the same bones. They're in a different angle. Let's check these all out. We're going to do the same thing again. We've got our clavicle up here. You can kind of see how it really greatly changes shape based on which way you view it. We've got our Dorito scapula here. Clavicle, scapula, humerus is going in here. Which is which? I forget. Radius and ulna. Sorry to check this. Ulna is number 4. Radius is number 5. Okay. So radius and ulna. Radius is this thing. This is what hurts when you bump your elbow. Ulna is this blue thing. Then you've got just hands. And you can just draw mittens for that. Doesn't really matter. So we're just gonna draw bones and then layer muscles on them. So right, so let's draw these lightly to layer bones on them or layer muscles on them. Kind of understand how the geography of the body shifts. So yeah, we kind of got a bone here. If you finish and you want to try again, see if you can improve it, feel free. Practicing again is always encouraged, and you can just pick the best one to draw muscles on later. It's almost better to just do a line and not even worry about kind of the shape of the bone, but you can certainly pay more attention to the bone itself if you have time and you're interested in it. Practicing more is good. It's always good. Okay, got about 10 seconds to wrap up these skellies. Okay, time's up. Okay, so now that we've got those little drawings, here's how the muscles look on top. So draw these muscles on top of your bones. And just keep track of which muscles you notice the most, and which ones kind of help you figure out where the other ones go. Because it's a little bit like a puzzle. Okay, got about a minute left. So if you finish, you can try drawing it on some of your more awkward drawings and see how that affects the anatomy. Because we are cartoonists, and so stylization actually makes or breaks us. So if something came out a little strange, there might be something you can exploit from that strangeness. Got about 38 seconds. Keep drawing. Don't stress out. Okay, got about 10 seconds. A little less, actually. All right, time's up. So I think we have time for one more of these draw on the skeleton. I think they're fun. I hope everyone else is having fun too. So we will just draw this for 2 minutes. And we'll put one more muscle on. Then maybe I'll go hunt down some sort of fun picture. All right, there's my bones. I'm pretty happy with the proportions on these, so I'm probably not gonna redraw them, but this could be a little smaller. Okay, got about 30 seconds left, so make sure you draw. Might be looking up a fun picture to draw. Got it. Okay, so now we are going to put the muscles on this sketch. So here's all your muscles. Ready? Here you go. All right, there we go. Remember the little bump up here where all these bones kind of intersect? There, I'm feeling a lot more confident about my construction now. Um, and I think the drawing reflects that. Hopefully, if you are experiencing something similar, you should definitely talk about it. If you are experiencing something different, yeah, just bring up, maybe some problems you encountered. It's probably something that other people have experienced as well, and we can form a little support network. Meanwhile, I'm trying to find something fun to use up the last 2 minutes of our time. Right, time's up. We are going to do a for funsies drawing since we don't have time to finish the last exercise. We'll just do something that's fun. Here's a nice model that I found off Pixabay. I like that you really clearly see these arms. Um, so just draw this model with her arms. Ready, go. Sometimes we have more time for the for funsies drawing, but today we just don't. And that's my fault. Sorry about that. Not sure how her legs are going. If I was better at legs, I could figure that out a little bit better, but I don't know what these objects are behind here, but they're kind of great. I like the pareidolia effect. They almost look like little faces. Okay, 10 seconds and you're almost done with Underdrawing Club. Good job, everybody. Woohoo, pat yourself on the back. You're done. The end.